with success, there's a certain level of, jealousy, envy, call it whatever that comes. That's part of the game. When Manchester United dominated the Premier League for many years, they know what they had to deal with for so many years. That's part of the game. It's not easy for our competition, we know that. What did he say, that we were distorted the market or something like that?
Driving prices.
Driving prices down. I mean, there's a hypocrisy in this statement that is ironic. Well, number one, let's look at the Spanish league. The time of breaking records on player acquisitions. I mean, who started that? Let's go back to the world records. Figo, Zidane. I mean, these huge jumps in these transfers. I mean, where did they happen? You have to look back at the history of La Liga. It's a league that is dominated by two clubs, and Mr. Tebas should look back at history and how distortion has happened throughout the ages. Then you look back at transfers. I mean, in the top 10 transfers of all time, Manchester City has not a single player in that, not a single one. I think there's something deeply wrong in bringing ethnicity into the conversation. I mean, this is just ugly. I think the way he's combining teams just because of ethnicity, I find that very disturbing, to be honest. I don't think it's just an attack on Manchester City. I think there's a clear attack on the Premier League, and that's been consistent coming from that way. I mean, let's not forget, this is the best league in the world. And if you look at this season, there's no better testament to this statement where the two European competition, the Champions League and the European Cup, are being, their finals are being competed by English teams. You have 4 Premier League teams competing in the 2 European finals. That's a fact. And that bothers a lot of people in many places. I find it very strange, coming back here in the UK and in England, we have to be protecting that. We have the best league in the world. We have the most commercial league in the world. We have the most successful clubs in the world, economically, commercially, I think in terms of global presence. This is a special league. And going back to Mr. Tebas, that's why this attack is not just on Manchester City. This attack is against this league, and I hope people start seeing that and I know people don't want to defend Manchester City, but for God's sake, start defending this league.